It reminded me of a story. Another time I was trying to do something nice for someone and could have gotten in potential trouble. And that was when I was living in Florida. My boss calls me one day and she says, hey, I hate to ask this of you, but my son's sick and I need someone to pick him up at school and you're near his school. If you could just pick him up, I'll be right behind you. I'm like, no problem, I'll grab him. He's like 8 years old or something. So I go pick up this boy and he gets in the car and he immediately just throws up all over himself. And my first thought was, gonna be a good bonus year, for sure. But my second thought was like, man, I got to get him out of that shirt. You can't bring him home with this throw up. And I'm wearing a t-shirt under my shirt. So I thought, you know what? I'll give him my t-shirt and I'll just wear my dress shirt. So we proceed to go to Wendy's and we're in the men's bathroom and I'm shirtless with an 8-year-old. I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking? I'm going to go to prison. I'm just trying to go. I'm like, hurry up and put that shirt on. Thankfully, no one saw us. We got out of there alive. Yeah. But now I have kids of my own. I know a little better. Yeah. And it's funny, I have a mixed relationship with kids because, on the one hand, you gotta love kids, right? In a lot of ways, kids are more fun than adults, right? Like, no adult has ever asked me what my third favorite reptile is, but a kid has. I think it's hysterical that a kid would think that I have 3 favorite reptiles. Not only did I have 3 favorite reptiles, he doesn't want to know the first one, he wants to know what my third favorite reptile is. It's lizard, by the way. But now I do find, like, the older I get, though, I don't like being around young kids as much. I'm kind of happy with my adult time. But I will say the one exception is I do love to hold babies. Like, who doesn't want to hold a baby, right? I mean, they're adorable. They're soft. They smell like powder most of the time. They're great. And when our kids were little, by the way, we read all the books, and I read the book about how you swaddle the baby, so they'll fall asleep, like they're in the womb. And I got great at swaddling babies. Like, I would wrap our kids like Cuban cigars, man. They would just conk out. And I can remember one time I had my son all swaddled up. I'd just given him his bottle, and I really want to rinse the bottle out, but I don't want to walk to the next room and put him down. I'm like, I'll just put him here on the counter. He'll be fine. So, not at the edge of the counter. I mean, he was like way up there. And it's not like he could have gone anywhere. He was all wrapped up. But of course, my wife walks in. She's like, oh, look at this. What have we got going on here? Let me get my picture. I might need it for the custody hearing. Yeah. But I would tell you, I do love to hold babies, but I would also tell you, as an adult male, I don't often get the opportunity to hold babies, right? Like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go down to the playground, hang out at the playground? Like, hey, that's a cute baby. I like that baby. I'll hold that baby. Want me to hold that baby? Yeah, I tried that once. Now my picture's at the post office. Yeah. And another instance, but like I said, because I don't enjoy being around children, I swear they're like more drawn to me now. And I shouldn't say I don't enjoy being around children, just maybe not a lot of children. But they're naturally drawn to me now. It's like I have some sort of pheromone I emit. And another example is I'm walking in Six Flags amusement park one day, and I'm just walking down the park, and all of a sudden some kid has my hand. And I look down, and he looks up. We were both pretty surprised. And I'm like, oh, great, I caught a kid. This is awesome. And thankfully, his dad was right there. We solved the problem pretty quickly. Apparently, I look like his dad from behind. Good-looking guy, tiny butt. But, can you imagine if I had walked another 10 feet, he'd be like, what the hell, man? Why are you holding my... Didn't I see your picture at the post office? Yeah, it was awkward. I can think of another example. I'm at the beach, and by the way, I jokingly tell my kids sometimes that I have an alternate ID, Max Power. I got it from The Simpsons, because that's my IQ plane. So anyway, it's relevant, because we're at the beach one time, and I'm going in the waves, and I'm not 2 feet in the waves with my son, and this kid just beelines it towards me. It's like, hey, you like the waves? I like the waves. Those are big waves. They weren't as big as they were yesterday, but I love riding the waves. I was riding the waves all day yesterday. And that's my family over there. We're from Alabama. What's your name? Max Power. Whoa, cool name. I'm like, I know, right? And my son is just like, oh my God, what if we run into these people later? And then there was another instance. We were at some friend's house, and they had converted, it was when our kids were little, they invited us over one evening, and they had converted their playground, their basement, to just like a playground for kids. They had a bouncy house in their playground. Like, how awesome was that? All right, familiar with that. So anyway, they had this bouncy house in the basement, and we're all down in the basement. The kids are jumping around the bouncy house, and the power goes out, and blam, it is like pitch dark instantly, and it is pandemonium. The house starts deflating. Kids are screaming, Mommy! And I was like, Billy! And I'm trying not to laugh, because the whole thing's pretty funny, I mean, they're not going to die. We got a little lights on our phone. But it's very traumatic for a lot of people. And then later on, we're on the deck that night, and this kid just comes, I mean, there's plenty of adults there, but he just walks right up to me. He's like, why do you think that power went out down there? I'm like, probably something you did. And he just turns around and walks off. And I was just like, stop doing that. These people are our friends. I'm like, we're our friends, honey. They were our friends.